Recording start అయిందా?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning, one and all. Today we are going to discuss a topic which is very, very important and crucial from your examinations point of view, and which is typical. Exactly what I'm saying, this is typical out of all the rest of the topics, belongs to cost analysis, cost, the various types of cost and cost functions. So listen carefully, and you can find definitely 10 marks question if types of cost question is not asked in the final examination. Definitely at that time this question will be asked automatically. So listen carefully. Means here cost function in short run. Short run means what? Already I said, I explained yesterday itself. Means short run is the time period at which only a few variables of production can be changed. Means the time period in which we do not have the scope of changing entire variables of production is considered as short run. Okay, whereas long run means the time period in which we can change the entire variables of production, like land, premises, building, technology, money, material, machinery, everything. That is the long run. If we can change only few variables out of all the existing variables, it is short run. So in short run, how cost behaves, here we are going to study how cost of production behaves in short run. So the first point is, in the short run, the levels of usage of some inputs are fixed. Already I said, now some levels of inputs are fixed. Means we can change the level of raw material, but we cannot change the level of machine capacity, and we cannot change the building size, we cannot change the land premises areas. So that some variables are fixed in nature, and cost associated these fixed inputs must be incurred regardless of the level of output produced. Okay, produced. Other costs do vary with the level of output produced by the firm during that time period. Here notify that whatever the cost, okay, incurred to produce the to purchase the land, to purchase the building, to purchase the machinery, which are fixed in nature in short term, definitely will impact on the output, will impact on the output based upon the level of production. In long run, fixed cost may also vary, but in short run, fixed cost is fixed, so that based upon the total level of production, the fixed cost should be segregated or divided according to the number of units produced. It means it is little excessive than that of in long run. Short run lo okay, fixed cost per unit of production కొద్దిగా ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుంది. The sum total of all the cost, fixed and variable, explicit and implicit, is short run total cost. Means the sum total of all such costs, okay, the sum total of the combination of both costs, fixed and variable cost. Okay, explicit and implicit. Explicit means the visible cost means out of pocket cost, and implicit means depreciation. Means such kind of combinations are considered as is short run total cost. Short run total cost. In short run, we have to consider all the costs. It is also possible to speak of semi-fixed or semi-variable cost, such as wages and compensation of a foreman and electricity bill. For the sake of simplicity, we assume that all short-run costs to fall into one of two categories: fixed or variable cost. Fixed or variable cost. Okay, again I am reading. It is also possible to speak of semi-fixed or semi-variable cost. Means some costs are considered as semi-fixed, means it is fixed to the somewhat extent, then thereafterwards the cost will be either increased or decreased based upon level of the production. And some costable variable in semi variable means up to some level of the cost, the cost may be varied. So such kind of costs are considered as semi variable costs, such as wages and compensation of foreman. Compensation of foreman means an employee's salary, and electricity bill. Electricity bill. These are all the fixed to the somewhat extent. Fixed. Okay. Then thereafterwards, if the foreman works hard and go coming to the 2 to 3 shifts, multiple shifts, then thereafterwards the cost the double OTs should be given to the particular foreman in order to get his services. At the same time, electricity bill also have some limitations or barricades. Thereafterwards, if excessive electricity is consumed by the organization, then the tariff rates are vary accordingly. Such kind of things will happen in the organization. So here, definitely we should have to learn cost function in short run. Means in short run, some costs are the combination of fixed and variable cost is considered as short run cost. Okay, short run total cost, STC. A typical short run total cost curve is shown in the figure 14.3. This curve indicates the firm's total cost of production for each level of output when the usage of one or more of the firm's resources remains fixed. Means a typical short run total cost curve, STC, is showing in figure 14.3. This curve indicates the firm's total cost of production. Firm's total cost of production for each level of output, for each level of output when the usage of one or more of the firm's resources remains fixed. Then only it is considered as a total cost. Next slide. Yes, here look at the graph. Here short run cost curve. This is short run cost curve. As output increases, output increases from left to right, the total total fixed cost also goes on increases continuously. Means it is parallel to x-axis. The curve F curve, TFC is also going from left to right consistently and parallelly to the x-axis. Means as production output increases, automatically at that time output increases. Increases means we are producing the products by means of using and consuming all the factors of production. Then total fixed cost also increases, and total variable cost. Okay, look at the total variable cost. Initially, the total variable cost goes in a direction where a slopy curve TVC is observed. Total variable cost initially uh, goes in an little upward direction, then come to the slopy to the towards right side, and then again goes in an upward direction. Means total variable cost initially, due to usage of less amount of the raw material initially, it is not possible to generate excessive total variable cost. But as time progresses, here we are again going to use more amount of raw material to produce more amount of output. Okay, again it goes to the upward direction. But the total variable cost also increases. But apart from, if we are going to produce more amount of output furtherly, it will increase dramatically in a tremendous sum, that is TVC final rate. Next one is short run total cost. Look at the short run total cost curve. It starts from, means here definitely variable cost starts from the point 0 center. Means initially without purchasing raw material, without starting the machinery, the cost will be 0. But as fixed cost is minimum, fixed in nature, because already we have purchased the land, we have purchased the building, we have purchased the machinery. For this purpose, initially we have incurred a cost, that is OF. So we, short run total cost curve also starts from F. Again it moves and parallel, similar to the total variable cost curve. Total variable cost curve. Okay. So cost, cost on y-axis and output on x-axis. Look at the curve, OC and OM. OC and OQ. For the production of OQ, here the OC is the cost incurred, total cost incurred. So next one is average and marginal cost. What is meant for average cost? The total output by total cost. Total cost divided by total number of output produced is considered as average cost. And marginal cost. Marginal cost means the cost which is incurred to produce an extra unit of production is considered as marginal cost. Yesterday I have given the example of producing the cars and importing the tires from Germany and importing the body metal from America, Switzerland, and other technology from America. So in such a way, here average cost means one can gain a better insight into the firm's cost structure by analyzing the behavior, of short-run, average, and marginal cost. We may first consider average fixed cost. Average fixed cost, AFC equals to TFC by Q. Means total fixed cost, average by total quantity of production. Means here we can find average fixed cost for each unit of production. Here we are getting total fixed cost incurred for the total production, divided by total amount of quantity produced. It is TFC by Q. AFC equals to TFC by Q. Next slide. So now here we can find in the another graph. You can find the another graph. Here look at the graph. Okay, on y-axis, what is present? Average and marginal cost. Here we have taken the average and marginal cost on the y-axis and output on the x-axis. So marginal cost initially starts at a little higher point and going in a downfall manner, and at the point of Q1 production, marginal cost is minimum. Again marginal cost goes on increasing continuously. At production Q2 level, the marginal cost is at moderate level. Again at the Q3 level, the marginal cost is at higher level. Next one, coming to the point of average fixed cost. Average fixed cost means as production goes on, means as output increases, average fixed cost decreases. Means total number of the cost incurred by total number of the units produced. It is nothing but average fixed cost. So it starts at a point which is little higher than the marginal cost starting, then thereafter going in a downward trend, but it does not touches the x-axis at all finally, because at least the fixed cost should be incurred for at least per unit of production. So next, third one is average variable cost. This is the curve where you can find average variable cost is always greater than the marginal cost. Average variable cost is greater than the marginal cost. So that here this curve initially is started at the higher than that of the average fixed cost curve and marginal cost curve, and going in and downfall manner, and at the Q1 position it reaches to the minimum, and again it will go in an upward direction, because average variable cost means as production increases, as raw material is more purchased, automatically at that time the wastages are increasing continuously. By means of increasing the wastages and does not holding the grip on the overall operations of the business, Obviously, at that time, it is not possible to produce the production at minimum variable cost. So that definitely we should have to control the average variable cost. Then final, okay, average total cost. Average total cost also start at the position which is almost of all higher than that of all relay, okay, other costs, and again it reaches to the Q2, Q3 position. It is intersecting the marginal cost curve. Marginal cost curve. So that is the point where, okay, we mentioned Q3, the intersecting point. Again, it goes in an upward direction, ATC. So look at the formula. That is ATC equals to total cost. Average total cost equals to total cost by quantity of production. Next, total cost equals to total fixed cost plus total variable cost, obviously. And ATC, average total cost, equals to average total cost equals to total fixed cost by total quantity of production plus total variable cost by total quantity of production, Q and Q. Then that is AFC plus AVC. Next slide. Here again, short run marginal cost. Short run marginal cost means the difference of short run total cost. Short run total cost. The difference of short run total cost divided by difference in the quantity of production from initial to last point. Short run marginal cost means the starting point short run total cost, the difference between the short run total cost at the starting point to ending point by starting output to ending output. It is nothing but short run marginal cost. However, since STC equals to TFC by TVC, substitute that one. Delta TFC by delta TVC by delta Q and by delta Q. Delta TFC means zero, means total fixed cost is exactly constant at all the time. So the difference between the initial total cost and final total cost is zero plus delta TVC by delta Q, that equals to delta TVC by delta Q. Short run cost schedule of a hypothetical form. Hypothetical means an example form. Okay, initially look at the output level 100, 200, 300, like 1000. Next, so total cost equals to 600, total 6000, 7000, 75, 9000, 11000, 14, 18, 24, 34, 50. Total cost. Fixed cost 4. Fixed means it is fixed at all finally. Variable cost 2, 3, 3, 5, 5. As production increases, the variable cost also increases with an increasing trend. 2 to 3, 3 to 3, 5, 3, 5 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 10, 10 to 14, 14 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 46. It is an increasing trend. Average fixed cost means total volume of total fixed cost by total volume of production. 4000 by 100. Again 4000 by 200, 4000 by 300, 4000 by 400, like that we can find average fixed cost. And average variable cost also, okay, total amount of production by, okay, variable cost. Next, average total cost means here we have to add these two. 40 plus 20 equals to 60, 20 plus 15 equals to 35, 13.33 plus 11.66, 25. Like this, here we have to add. Next, marginal cost. Marginal cost means what here? Okay, total cost. Average total cost is 60, 35. Okay, here what is meant for marginal cost? The cost which is going to produce an extra unit of production is considered as marginal cost. Average, okay, average total cost 60, 35, 25, like this. Here 20, 10, 5, 15, 20, 30, 40, 60, 100, 160 per unit. Marginal cost per unit. Unit means here how much cost to be produced, how much cost, total cost, average total cost 60. Okay, average total cost is 60. Yeah, total output how much? 100, and this is 60. Average total cost is 60. So how we can get the 20 here? Okay, think once and give me the answer if anybody got the particular amount of calculation, that how can we get the marginal cost per unit. How here 100 we got at the last but one value. How we can get the value of 100 here, value of 100 here? That is the thing I'm asking directly, so that give me the answer if anybody get the idea about that. Yes, in this phenomena we can calculate this one, the last one, the next slide. Yes, till now just we have studied about short run cost curves, but now we are going to study about the long run cost. Long run is the time period already I said, in which we can change all the input factors, like the biggest input factor and the smallest input factor, whatever it may be. If we are able to change all the input factors, then it is considered as long run time period. Okay, we may recall from our discussion of production theory that the long run does not refer to the some date in the future, some date in the it we does not call a date in the future is not at all a long run, but instead the long run simply refers to a period of time during which all input factors can be varied. That is the thing already I said. Now we may now show the relationship between the expansion path and long run cost graphically. Okay, we may now show the relationship between the expansion path and long run cost graphically. In figure 14.6, two inputs K and L, K means capital, L and L means labor, are taken measured along the two axes, are measured along the two axes. On y-axis here we are considering the capital, and on x-axis we are taking the labor L on x-axis. So the fixed factor price ratio, the fixed factor price ratio represented by the slope of the iso cost lines I1, I1, I2, I2, and so on. Finally, the known production function gives us the isoquant map represented by Q1, Q2, and so forth. Okay, isoquant means the quantity of production by means of using the various amount of proportions to produce the equal amount of production is considered as isoquant. Here, okay, here we can find that I1, I2, I1, I1, I2, I2, I3, I3, I4, I4 are the different lines, different iso cost lines. Iso cost means equal amount of cost, equal amount of means equal proportion of cost to be incurred to produce the different level of production. Okay, given considered level of production, so such kind of things are considered as iso cost. Whereas isoquant means by means of using the different compositions of the different input factors, here we are going to generate or produce the equal amount of production, finally is considered as isoquant map represented by Q1, Q2, and so forth. Next, okay, derivation of long run cost schedule. Long run cost here, output given the first column 100, 200, 300 up to 700, labor units 11, 12, 20, 30, 40, 50 to 60, and least cost usage of capital of labor. Okay, 7, 8, 10, 15, 22, 30, 42 means least cost usage of capital, means the iso cost curve, least cost curve. Okay, total cost at rupees 5 per unit and rupees 10 per unit of capital 120. 120 means how can we get this 120? Average cost means 120 by 100, that is 1.2. Next one is it is given total cost at rupees 5 per unit, 5 per unit and 10 per unit of capital, 10 per unit of capital. Okay, 5 per unit means how much? 120, 140, 200, 300, 420, 560, and 720. It is given. So average cost means the total amount of production, total cost incurred by total amount of production. 120 by 100, that equals to 1.20. Next, marginal cost. Marginal cost means initially 1.2, 1.2. Next one, okay, 0.70, 0.70 by, okay, how much here we are differing the production? 11 to 12, 1. Okay, so this is the second phenomena, marginal cost per unit. 1.2, 1.2 means what? 1.2 initially average cost, the total cost, average cost of production 1.20. The next one is 0.70, next one is 0.60, next one is 1, next one is 1.2, next one is 1.4, next one is 1.6. Means initially the marginal cost is at a decreasing trend, then again increasing and increasing, continuously increasing. Look at the graph in the previous slide also. Initially the marginal cost curve is, okay, going in a downward trend, again it is going in an upward trend continuously, so that marginal cost increases in the long run consistently. Long run total cost curve. Here look at the long run total cost curve. Long run total cost curve. Initially, by to produce the Q1 unit of production, okay, total cost 1 is incurred. To produce the T2, okay, total cost 2 for the Q2, and total cost 3 for the Q3, and total cost 4 for the Q4. Then 4 types of graphs, okay, and types of levels of productions are there, and 4 types of costs are incurred. Total cost increases continuously, but long run total cost initially little high, then go in a slopey direction, again raises to the towards the y-axis drastically. It is nothing but long run total cost curve. Next one, the average cost is the long run smooth envelope cases. Long run marginal cost, long run average cost. Look at these two graphs. Okay, need not to read all those things, but here definitely we should have to remember the graphs only. Okay, average and marginal cost. Average cost is the cost which is going to to be incurred aggregately based upon the overall level of production. Means the total cost divided by total number of units produced is considered as average cost. Second one, okay, long run marginal cost. Long run marginal cost. What is meant for marginal cost? Means here we are going to incur the cost which is going to produce an extra unit of production in the long run is considered as marginal cost. So long run average cost. Long run average cost initially starts at little higher than that of the long run marginal cost. Then it meets, okay, it intersects the long run average cost and long run marginal cost are intersecting each other at a point L, where, okay, okay, output is Q2, not Q1. At Q1 level, the average cost, long run average cost is little higher than that of the long run marginal cost, because initially it is, okay, the marginal cost is minimum at the minimum level, and in a long run, as production goes on increasing continuously, the marginal cost, okay, okay, moves in an upward direction, and average cost moves in a upward direction, but little slopier than that of the marginal cost. Okay, stop this one at this point.